In honor of Black History Month, VENN is doing its part by spotlighting Black creators in the gaming space. My name is Darnell Murphy, and today I'll be joined by the one and only BlerdGurl, aka Karma.
What's up? How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Well, I know you know why you're here today, right?
No, they didn't tell me. I just came in looking for the bathroom. I don't know what happened.
I got you. Don't worry, I got you. There's this little thing called Black History Month, happens every February, and as you heard, I'm trying to make sure that we get to hear your voice. And so I got a few questions I want to ask you, if that's okay.
That's great.
Ooh, okay, let's get ready. Well, the first things first, what inspired you to start your podcast?
I have been a geek like my whole life. I grew up in a geek family, and all we ever talked about was like gaming and comics and anime and stuff like that. I did not know that that was strange until much later, when I guess my geekdom was kind of the oddest thing about me.
Okay.
And so when I kind of kept talking to people and friends about all the stuff that we were into, I just decided, you know what, let me take my knowledge of what I know about comics and geekdom and gaming and everything and start talking to more people about it. And I also combined that with my basically experience as a culture journalist and was able to really get some amazing interviews.
Oh, dang. Well, I mean, with that kind of background, I can see why. I know going through your roster, I was looking at it and I noticed the big thing that stuck out to me was that you have a lot of creators of color. And I feel like as a Black male working in the industry, I've seen that it's usually one or two people, one of us at a time. How have you been able to get such a great catalog of creators and people in the space?
That's actually a really funny question because I call it the Thelander Syndrome. There can be only one. And I've been a victim of that myself, working in different outlets and also being invited to speak at different things. I'm either the only person of color or the only woman or the combination of the two. And it dawned on me that without actually saying it or advertising it, I could contribute to diversity in genre just by basically showing up and talking to people who look like me.
Yeah.
And it's actually worked incredibly, because usually a lot of the people I talk to, whether or not they're gamers or actors or writers or directors or producers, a lot of them say, yeah, nobody ever asked me these questions. I'm never the person that they interview. And these are people who've worked on award-winning stuff.
So you've been able to really, like you said, you've been able to speak to your experiences and get people of color and really kind of fight that Thelander Syndrome. What is that? Would you say that's your biggest accomplishment, or is there something else you would say you're really proud of?
That is one of my biggest accomplishments. I am really excited when people say, hey, listen, I listened to your podcast, or I saw you on Twitch, or I saw your interview, and I was inspired to start my own show or start my own project. And I'm always super thrilled when people who I'm a fan of just out of the blue say, hey, listen, I'd love to talk to you. So those are the two things that I think have really inspired me to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. And I definitely know, just like, you know, being an older brother and having a little sister, I think it's fantastic that she gets to grow up in a world where she can see people and creators like yourselves. And like, to many out there, you're someone's role model. Is there someone that is like a role model or inspiration to you in this industry?
Oh, wow. It's funny, when I think of inspirations and role models, I actually am thinking of a couple of fictional characters. The one that comes to mind actually is Uhura from Star Trek.
Oh.
That's who I first thought of, because Uhura, first of all, not just being one of the first Black women featured on a science fiction show, people forget that Uhura was basically a universal translator. Like her purpose was to be on the ship and to be able to translate with all the different languages of the universe. So for me, it was just a powerful image, because she was always that one sister sitting in the back, hearing everything that was going on and being able to translate and communicate. And in a really weird way, that's kind of been the inspiration for what I do.
I like that. That's a really good answer. Did you think of that beforehand?
Maybe.
What do you think Twitch holds for people of color like us?
I think just like with every other platform, we've always been here. It's sort of like the rest of the world is catching up. And I think one of the things that is also gonna be something fun to watch on this platform is the fact that we're not always talking about being Black, fill in the blank. being black, fill in whatever the genre is. Sometimes we're just talking about Among Us or Fall Guys or Mortal Kombat, or maybe that's just me.
No,
I'm talking about Mortal Kombat.
I think you're totally right. I don't know if you've ever seen, there's the one tweet that always sticks in my head, and it's like, I want to watch a piece of media where it's not, about me being black. I just want to watch a black person in space fighting dragons. Just give me that. It doesn't need to be centered around the fact that they're black.
And I think the conversations that we're having about diversity and inclusion, we have to be careful that we are not just like, let's make sure that it becomes like paint by numbers diversity. We have to have one black person and one Asian person and one, don't do that. What I tell people is, I want my show to look like Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn and all kinds of people are here and on my block alone. So I think that the more we cater to basically the world around us and stop worrying about using the right terminology and start actually asking questions and listening to those answers, I think the platform is going to become more diverse just automatically. Yeah. And I think we're going to hear some amazing stories.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm walking out of here with my head held up high. So last question for you. What is one piece of advice or one thing you want to leave for the world, everyone watching this?
Wash your hands and wear a mask.
Okay, solid one.
That's two, really. Okay. I guess I would say, no, like I said, I'm a baby gamer and I'm probably going to, I am going to actually start gaming on this platform very soon. Ooh. Not competitively, but I think that if you have that kind of fear that, I don't want to look crazy in front of people, or I'm afraid to go live because somebody might not like how I look or what I have to say, I can guarantee you there's somebody somewhere that is looking to listen and to hear and to see somebody just like you. So I try and swallow that fear and just go for it.
Love that. That's a good note to end on. No further questions. Thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate it. And I hope I'm able to jump in on some of those games, right?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no. And I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna circle back and find you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you have an awesome day. I'm gonna be hitting you up, so I'll see you soon. We'll have more guests, including John Ema, Algie Smith, and Marcus Scribner, all later this month as we continue our celebration of Black History Month. In the meantime, find us on YouTube at The Download and find other great content like this by liking and subscribing. And as always, stay awesome.